Hi everybody, Nancy here. I've been asked many times if I could demo how I use the tools that I use when I'm making cards to create layers. I know that you can use dies or just cut things slightly larger and then work at getting things lined up the way you want them on your layer, but I really truly struggle with getting things straight and not wonky. So I thought I would show you how I use the We Are Memory Keepers layers guides. This is an older version of it. It's called the Perfect Layers. These are the mini version. They're only about 6 inches long, which is the ones I tend to grab more often. While these say Perfect Layers, they are exactly the same as the We Are Memory Keepers ones. So either one will work the same way. I tend to use the 1/16 inch one most often. You can see here there's two different rulers. This one says 1 and this one says 2. And there are 2 measurements on each side of each ruler. So sometimes it's tough, like the 1/8, you got to kind of make sure you're getting it the right way around. But so you'd have on this side a 1/8 and a 5/8, a quarter and a 3/8. I tend to reach for this one most often. It's got the 1/16 inch, and a half, a 3/16, and a 5/16. So I think for today I'll grab the 1/4 inch just so that we can sort of see a little bit more about what I'm doing. Now I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I guess you can tell in the video. There are little lips here. Like sorry, excuse my nails, pandemic. You can see there's a bit of a lip here before the edge of the ruler. And that's what creates your layers. So what I'm gonna do is I simply adhere down my piece of paper that I want to use. You can use cardstock or pattern paper. This is just some pattern paper from My Favorite Things, their Birthday Bright stack. Normally I would worry more about where I'm putting it, but I want you guys to be able to see it. So I'm just gonna kind of put it here in the center. The only things you're gonna need to be able to use these tools are a self-healing cutting mat, which I always have down on my desk. I've got a big 24 by 18 one, and a craft knife. So what you're gonna do, and it is a little bit harder with the pattern paper than it is with cardstock because it's not as thick, so it doesn't have as much of a change in depth. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna go until that lip that's here, right here, catches on the edge of your edge of your layer, and then just run your knife along the edge of the ruler, and voila, you've got a 1/4 inch on that side. So then you turn it. You can see here I'm having a little bit of trouble grabbing that edge. So what I do is, because I've got the long fake nails, I just kind of run my nail underneath it. You could also just kind of run your knife under it and just give it a teeny tiny bit of a bend. And you go on here again, oops, and you hook it on and cut. I find the shorter edges can be a little bit tougher sometimes, especially if you're doing something really small, like a 1/2 inch wide. Those ones take a bit more. And then here we go, just catch it again and cut. Oh, might not have gotten through that one already. There we go. And again, it doesn't want to catch quite as nicely, so I'm gonna just run my finger underneath the edge a little bit and catch it and go again. And now you can see that I have a perfect 1/4 inch border all around this. You can also then, you change your mind, you don't like the 1/4 inch, it's too big. Flip it around until you find the size you want. This is my favorite 1/16 inch. And off you go. You can also do things that aren't, say, squares and rectangles. I have done like a hexagon shape, like if I had like a hexagon die or something that I'd cut out, or even a stamped image that you cut out, as long as it's got straight lines. Obviously this isn't gonna work for something like a flower, but something with straight lines. And now you see we've got the 1/16 inch. So then if you wanted to go put it on another piece, this one's a little too small, but we'll play anyway. Actually, here, I got another scrap on my desk. Got a piece of green here. Kind of gonna work, let's see. So we'll tape it up and put it down. And now you need to be careful that you're only grabbing that outside edge, because you can still grab that inside one, right? So grab the outside edge and cut. Just didn't feel like it went all the way through. And now you can see I'm gonna have a 1/16 inch green border around this as well. And you can just keep doing this. You could do different lengths or different widths of layers or anything that you wanted to do. So hope that explains it a little bit for you. It's simply, I mean, once you get them in your hand and kind of play with it for a bit, you'll understand a little bit more what I mean by everything. But yeah, there are these lips, like the 1/2 inch lip is right here, and that's the edge of the ruler. The rulers have a metal cutting surface on them so that you can't, I mean, while you can cut into the acrylic of the tool, you're not gonna cut anything that's gonna make it so you can't really use them. You can see I've even cut all the way across this one and managed to cut my finger once, but that's a story for another day. If you've got any questions, message me. I would be happy to answer them for you. Hope you're having a great day.